That's for that one there.
If you start that
conversation,
yeah,
it's like throw dust in one eyes. Be if you want Andre to go, it would be because you want us to reward him for what he has been to us. But there's
and
yeah, you're gonna say.
No, go on. I thought you were.
But
I wanted to add to.
There's something in Ghana that I've been saying this thing for a very long time. I don't communicate it well because it's difficult for me to communicate it. We really don't like people who have done well or are doing well or have done well and some way, somehow, they are no more doing well. In the case of football, you can't always be peak forever because you decline. So Andre might be doing well in life. Obviously, he's a successful footballer. But in terms of football itself, he's on a decline. We really, really don't like people we think that have been very comfortable. And so when they begin to face that decline a little, we like to celebrate it. We like to cheer it.
I don't want to cut you. But someone made a tweet a couple of weeks ago. I don't remember who. I saw the tweet that explained. He said in Ghana, we pretend like we support people to be successful.
Yeah.
And we actually would push for them to be successful.
Yeah.
But the moment they become successful, he said we go on a certain tangent where now we want to do everything possible to bring them down.
And sometimes it's not like we want to bring them down, but when I
look at celebrities and the way right now, it's easy for somebody to start to say, Charlie Blashery said, start to vex me.
Yeah,
Ghanaians like that.
But see, I never take social media to represent the aggregated views of on any.
That's also a very fair point.
Due to the relevance social media projects to have and pretends to give people crave for it, and so they want to be seen as the cynical voice because they know that kind of voice is loud and it's easy to stop. Look, if Andre steps out there,
they are the ones who run after him.
No. Actually, you're not getting it. If somebody picks up their phone and you are not in their face, I trust whatever thing they are going to write when I'm not there and they are all by themselves on their phone than when I am with them and they are pretending to be happy they've seen me.
That's when they see
honestly, when they see Andre,
is when they are alone
because you are with your phone. You are with your phone. You can tweet whatever you want to tweet. It's your data.
Ordinarily,
you can tweet and hype me. That's it. Whatever you want to tweet. So that's it. That guy, they vex me and everything. I believe that more than when I see you out there or I run onto the pitch as a baller and then you are screaming my name. They will scream your name because they're in the stadium. They've seen Andre. You never see Andre, right? So when they see you, they'll do whatever a normal fan would do. But deep down, when they sit on their own and they are talking like they are talking on social media, I get the sense that we live in a country where, and I get it, people genuinely feel like he shouldn't be there because on Boshi and 2016 year they kono, it was so be a baller.
Yes,
I get that one. That's what that one.
People.
And that one I agree. That's what I said. That
but there are others. It's just the case that
there are others too. When you read the way they are talking, it's like why Ipe figure say the blasters be your own. Ipe figure say you go play out or what? Right now he shine. We see say he shine. No go fi go. And I feel like sometimes Andre is on his last lap. He really is on his last lap. As a people, you can help them land safely. Because he's done so well for the national team. And you know he will never get another chance to go to the World Cup than now. Can we take him through that World Cup cycle and then land him safely? And can we begin to do a lot more of that too? A lot more of our legends across all fields, whether in music or whether in every sport and whatever, successful business. Can we do that more than always be happy than someone's cycle is ending? And now the person can't have the applause he used to have, and you're like saying, we are almost the same. I think that is what you're saying.
Actually, I wanted to move on.
I was just going to say that thing, it is what sells now. It is very on brand today. That's cynicism that people like to project.
Negativity.
So when they want to express frustration, they express it through that spectrum. So it's not that the person necessarily hates Andre, but sounding snobbish, being insulting, that is the new cool.
It's in vogue, so they want to jump on it.
Actually, I'm saying that it is people's inherent attitude. But social media has given them the platform to spill it. Years gone by, they would have had nowhere to spill those things. So they will hide behind Andre is me Andre fan. But right now they have a voice, and it is the out of their abundance of their hearts. It is what they really want to post that they are posting. I'm telling you, right now they have a voice.
Actually, let's move on. The thing I wanted to add to one of the points that you made about honoring Andre Ayew and him being the greatest. Look, I think sometimes we don't point it out enough, and maybe I don't know what it is with Andre, but every time we debate the greatest players in Ghana, I don't think anybody mentions him. If they say greatest Ghanaian players and you ask the ordinary Ghanaian to mention top 5, they probably will not add Andre Ayew. But Andre Ayew has done things that no Ghanaian player has ever done, especially when it comes to the national team. He's the only Ghanaian player to have gone to 8 Africa Cup of Nations tournaments. There's not a single one of them that you can say he went there as a result of some favoritism. Or, in fact, maybe 6 of them, he was probably our best player. He played at 2 AFCON finals. He won under 20 World Cup for this country. In fact, the 8 tournaments that he went to, he is an elite. He and Rigobert Song are the only African players to have played at 8 Africa Cup of Nations tournaments. There's no other person. And he didn't just go there because he went to sit on the bench. He went there because he was deemed good enough to play. And listen to this. He played 36 games. Once again, he and Rigobert Song are tied on the most AFCON matches played by an African player. And he played those 36 games, under how many managers? Under about 10 managers. So you're looking at different people fielding the same player and giving him minutes where he contributed, not just peripherally, significantly every single time. No other Ghanaian player can match up to Andre when it comes to the Africa Cup of Nations performances. Not one since he made his debut. No single Ghanaian player has played AFCON better than Andre Ayew since he made his debut.
It's not true. He's played.
You know why? Games. You know why this time?
No. But no Ghanaian player has performed more creditably than him and the AFCON. That is not true.
No, when I say, hold on. Hold on. Are you saying that? I understand your point, but are you saying that if you perform creditably at one AFCON, that is good enough to wipe out all of the consistency of Andre Ayew?
Your statement was like,
no, that's what I'm trying to say. No, that's what I'm trying to say. Since he made his debut, in terms of consistent performance, I don't think there is a single Ghanaian player that has been more consistent or as consistent as Andre Ayew at AFCON.
You're saying as consistent.
Okay, so that's what I meant. Okay, so
but you know why, for all that you've mentioned, he still doesn't get as much adulation as he probably should get. Every other player who would be mentioned in that GOATS conversation would have either delivered the Holy Grail, which was the World Cup qualification, or an AFCON.
The titles?
Yes.
Or a qualification?
Yes. And unfortunately for Andre, what gives him credit is also what frustrates people.
They've seen him too many times.
No. The AFCON repeated appearances, people's memory of that are heartbreaks. The 2 AFCON finals, the semi-final misses, people's memory of that is why it will be difficult to convince anybody. Look at the way people talk about Jan.
Yeah, but they can't deny it's the legend.
Yes, but I'm saying
you mentioned top 3 players now.
No, I get that. Jan saving Andre has also had his great moments. He's also delivered the
goods. No, I get that. I'm saying that
Jan like the 20 World Cup like this is one of the things that we constantly go back to.
That's what I'm saying for the Ghanaian. Their idea of someone who qualifies to be in the GOATS conversation is you either delivered AFCONs 1 or more or the Holy Grail, which was the World Cup qualification. Even for Jan, his saving grace is the World Cups and the fact that he was part of the maiden one.
Agreed.
For Andre, it's unfortunate, but when people think about Andre's great moments, it also ended in disappointment. And that is what makes it difficult for people to look beyond how that tournament ended and appreciate
Yeah. I also just feel like Andre is what's happening now is also a consequence of the statement when we say familiarity breeds contempt. I think it just got to a point where we just saw him way too often.
No, not necessarily.
Well, trust me, Ghanaians don't like that. Like, Situation said, is it why you be a year coffee?
Friends. Everybody from his generation suffers from this AFCON year.
Actually,
anyway, so just to sum up, So just to sum up,
just to sum up. What do you mean to sum up?
No, he just sum up his points.
I'm talking about my point. If he spoke, how can I make you sum up? No, I was just gonna say that just to sum up, we can debate vehemently about why Andre shouldn't go to the World Cup. But we should be careful not to extend that debate into disrespect by trying to rubbish, and people have done that, by trying to rubbish his contribution to the national team, the times that he's been with the national team. 120 appearances. No coach has given him those appearances as a favor. He's earned them. He's not always been 100%, and it's not the case that no footballer has always delivered the goose in every single game. But in those 120 appearances that he's made for the Black Stars, majority of them, Andre Ayew has given his heart and soul for this country. So when we have the conversation, we are okay to disagree and, like I said, strongly, vehemently make our points. But let's not gravitate towards turning that disagreement into disrespect. And some people have tried to do that on the timeline, and I find that cringe. If you know where that word came from, then you know. It's a word trending on the timeline this week. Anyway, so Coach, do you want to speak or Daniel should go first?
Oh, let me speak.
Oh, go ahead.
He goeth nowhere.
No World Cup for him.
Yeah. Look,
he goeth
nowhere. Nowhere closer to the team. He cannot be in America.
Fair enough.
He cannot be in Canada. Mm-hmm. He has given his all to this country.
Indeed.
Apim. It is not about honoring him. We've honored him enough. We've honored him.
By the appearances we've given him.
We've honored him. He's captain our team. He's done so well.
Yeah.
And for some of us who had been with him, when I say been with him, not personally, but who had supported, who had enjoyed him, 19 good years. The first time he kicked the ball for the Black Stars was in 2007.
True, against Senegal. I remember that like yesterday.
2007.
His debut. It was a friendly match.
2007 to now, it's 19 years.
Yes.
Nobody can tell me that he's the same player. He doesn't take any footballing box to be at the World Cup. He'd be an award again. So for me, I'll be very surprised if he's included in the 26-man team. That word 26, it doesn't mean we have to
check the positions like they don't matter.
No. Every single player in that team matters.
Be capable of doing a job.
That is it. This is the World Cup. We only go to the tournament with our best players as we speak today. If you are not part of our best players, Jack, if we were to talk about form, pedigree, stature, who will command a bit more authority, it was Ayew Muntari.
Yeah. But he had disciplinary issues.
Yes,
Muntari,
I'm coming.
yeah.
That's why he missed the AFCON that
Yes.
year. The coach didn't select him.
Exactly. But when we got to the World Cup,
And we made the final.
that's what I'm saying. That we made that final not only in Ayew's
So in
absence.
the season that Nimli is referring to, Muntari played 9 matches in the Champions League.
That's right.
That's a lot.
He played 27 Serie A matches.
That's
That's
right.
a lot.
He played 5 in the Coppa Italia.
That's right.
That's a lot.
And they played in the Supercoppa
Yeah. He
final.
played- he
2-9-2-10. So in total, he made 42 appearances.
Minutes. We are looking because
Yeah, no, I agree. And that's what coach was saying. That even if it's 30 minutes,
he was playing.
He was playing.
at the minutes he was
Yeah,
In
no,
that
yeah,
team,
true.
In that,
He wasn't starting regularly, but he was coming on regularly.
There were games he started, but he was most of anytime Jose had to tactically. He was the one put in there.
And also, winning the championship comes with a certain confidence.
Exactly.
That he came into that competition.
Exactly.
With.
But that Inter teams, I think we know they play where they train alone be enough.
Exactly. That's the point coach is making.
The training will hard past the matches. And the training will be difficult past the
fact that you are in that team.
They go play Spezia.
Thank you.
No, that team. If you train with that team, it'll be difficult past playing Spezia over the weekend.
Thank you.
You guys Spezia.
You understand?
Spezia.
So at the time,
Catania.
Look, at the time, if you were to do a sampling of Ghanaians, how many of you were in favor of Mahmoud Ayew being benched ahead of for Andre? If you were to sample Ghanaians, most of them would have disagreed. But I was one of those who said, I will bench Ayew for. Because Andre was giving us something on that left flank in the World Cup that I didn't think Ayew at the time would have provoked. Ayew at the time now was being drifted into midfield by Jose. So he had forgotten what we saw of him in 2006. And he was exactly.
Also because of the injuries he suffered at
exactly.
that time.
So this is the quality of the player we are talking about. Me, you don't put $13.6 million on board as a taxpayer for you to tell me that Yenko Onaobi. I will not accept that. Anybody who goes to this World Cup should earn the right to go there.
Goeth on merit.
Yes, I believe in 2008, in that AFCON, when Clalira decided to pick him, he didn't deserve to be in that team.
Do you think Appiah deserved to be at the 2010 World Cup?
Stephen Appiah?
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Why?
Oh, we had known the quality of the player. Maybe.
Yes.
Amba, we've known the quality of the player. Appiah's situation is not the same thing there.
How is it different?
How is it different?
He was clubless, he was injured.
In that season, he didn't play.
You see?
He hadn't played football the whole year leading to the World Cup.
He hadn't played football the whole
And at the World Cup, he didn't play until Uruguay.
No, he had played.
Where?
Go and check. He didn't start, but the Uruguay game was not his first game.
Which one was his first game?
Atu, you can check for me.
I think it was a Uruguay game.
So, he came in, he played against America. Who was hugging Asamoah when he scored that brutal goal for us against America? It was Appiah. He had played in that game. And Stevie Appiah's movement in 2010, Andre movement has gotten slower and slower and slower and slower and slower and slower and slower. Unless you don't want to be honest.
But honestly, unless
you don't want to be honest.
Yeah, but
Stevie Appiah was moving. He moved
you
better.
don't want to be honest, if you go back to 2010, Stephen Appiah was not it.
Massa, I'm comparing the two of them. I'm saying that. In 2010, the way Steve moved, he moved better than Andre moves today. It's factual.
He was slower
and slower. He moves slower and slower and slower as we speak today. And that's the point I'm
came on
making.
in the US game.
Yeah, he came on.
I remember now. He mentioned that.
Came on for keeping Boateng.
Yes.
When did he come on?
extra time.
Yeah, it was an extra time.
Yes.
Uruguay to extra time.
Yeah.
No, Uruguay would have been.
No. Uruguay, he came on when he was on when
That was extra
That's
time.
extra time. It
Because
was the last kick of the game of extra time.
yeah, that went to penalty.
Yeah.
Yes, good. So the point I'm making is that let's look at the footballing. You see, that should be our number one reason why we should take anybody to the World Cup.
I can understand
So
that.
all the sentiment.
No, the US game was second half, 77 for KP Boateng.
See, all that we are saying, he's done this, he's done that, he's done this, he's done that. And so he cannot do it today. So why are you taking him there? To go and do what? This is our legend. It doesn't mean we should take him there for the sake of. To hell with that record. What is that? Everything. You should records or what?
Oh yeah, Bazi.
Record. Which record? Say he should be in the same class of what? Rigobest.
No. He'll be all on his own.
No, he will stand on his own. No.
We don't need it. How does that benefit me as a Ghanaian?
It's pride.
It sells. It will
Yeah,
sell
it's-
yourself.
it's a
Anytime
selling
Africa is
point, yeah.
ASL phone with Fasobian ASL phone.
any profits. No
Faso
profits.
dem faso ben ASL phone. We sell it for bank. Judge the madam. ASL phone. Abasela. What are we selling? What are we selling? And especially when, look, again, one thing that most people are not saying that, look, under his leadership, as Blasters captain, it's been one of the worst period of our national team. The quality of leadership that he's shown in this team has been like this.
Yeah.
It hurts to say this because this is one of my icons. But I mean, when it comes to Ghana, I've always said, if my wife, Ekuya Bribia Nimli, cannot do it, Ekuya, quick. So that we'll focus on those who can do it.
But just a caveat to that point on his period being one of the worst, which is true because of all the things that happened. And let's be specific here. 2 group stage AFCON exits, 1 group stage World Cup exit.
The first one was round of 16 when we had always reached the semi-final. The first time he captained.
2019 was his first. So,
the first
round
time,
of 16.
round of
So
16.
thank you for that. So round of 16, group stage, World Cup group stage. All 4.
Yeah.
But also without him, it's worth pointing out we couldn't even qualify for one of those tournaments. So
For one of those tournaments.
it just came in a period where we
without him, we
admittedly
didn't
the national team was
qualify
also
for-
bad.
Okay.
With or without Andre, it was bad.
That is on the field.
Yeah.
But you and I know that out, see, off the field. Nenkoye.
It's the way the tenure even started.
Yes.
Kwesi Appiah.
Nenkoye. And he didn't cover himself in proper glory, especially in Cote d'Ivoire. Me, I can never forgive him for that. I mean, maybe I blame. As a captain, I'm not going to say those things here, but all of us seated here know what he actually did. Me, who be that? Me, team is so that football.
Me, I don't know.
Just so, that's exactly what I was going to go to.
I'm not going to go into.
Dualla. I don't know what's going to do.
Now, it's worth pointing
Allah,
out. We are not here on this podcast. We don't cast insinuations. Coach
So-
is referring.
But we can bring something mysterious.
Achu also mentioned. So it's worth. I just want to open it up.
Dualla. I don't know. Challenge me.
There are allegations that during the AFCON in 2023 in Cote d'Ivoire,
And Chris Hutton.
under Chris Hutton, that Andre Ayew was very indisciplined in the dressing room, that he was always insulting the coaches. And,
Substitution of
and giving them
at the
pressure.
time when
Like
he was
that, he
being
didn't
brought
come-
on
that
in
he-
that
that he-
last game, how was our best player on the pitch being substituted
that
for
he
him?
didn't
Who did
comport
that?
himself on the bench.
Who did that?
He was throwing things when he didn't
Who did
play.
that?
So basically, a disruptive figure. Those are the allegations. That's what he's referring to. That's what I should refer to when he said
But
that
coach,
he
what
was
Fent
ungovernable.
has said, I don't think what Fent is saying is what you wanted to say.
No, that's what I wanted.
That's
to
what
say.
If that is truly what you
That's
wanted to
exactly
say, what
what I
Fent has
wanted.
said is no need. You
No,
have said
but
it.
no. The point. No, we know.
It's just a specific, because he mentioned the insult, the specific things.
The specific that I don't want to go into because look, the
Because
things,
me, I don't know. Me,
You
so I
see,
won't feel like.
look, you see,
me, you see
you
the
don't
viewers.
know.
Viewers,
Make you don't know.
Yes, they are not.
Douala. If you say you don't know Douala,
Dualla. You are my
So basically, those are the allegations that he was a very disruptive person.
exactly.
And that as captain, he should have shown.
No, I remember that episode.
and
Yeah, I
and
remember.
you see, I just
I wasn't there, so I don't know.
I just said something. The me punish so kakra ha.
Punish.
I know of the meeting where the minister, in the absence of the young man's dad, had a meeting where this conversation came on board.
Presence or absence?
No, in the absence of the young man's dad,
Yeah, they had the
they
meeting.
had a meeting. And the FA president vehemently spoke why Andre cannot be part of the team to the World Cup. And it all centered around the degree of disrespect that Andre showcased to the entire team in the last AFCON.
See, Andre has the Oratus in terms of Ghana contest. He has the Ronaldo Oratus, but only Ronaldo.
Is he?
Because as on the day bench, he vexed then since, but you go be talented to go play on national team. Who be you?
No, but Ronaldo know true things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is he?
Vexed, but
Your boy, no true things.
No coach go fit talk to Ronaldo disrespect.
Your bro, no true things.
No, my bro shout.
Make you know, we will not go there, bro. Dwala, don't say you don't know. Now,
I don't know. That's why I'm saying the things I'm saying.
If you don't know, you go fit talk say not true things, not true things.
No, me, I don't know. That's why
So if you not tell say my bro not true things,
I don't
if you say my bro not true things, then you know something.
You know.
Dwala.
You know what?
Dwala. You see, so if the people we are going to entrust our team, that look, take this team to the World Cup, make sure everything goes. If they are not comfortable having him there,
It could be an easy excuse.
No, it is not.
If you force a play on them and then everybody
Exactly.
it could be an easy excuse out for them. Yeah.
Exactly. After all, we didn't want you.
Yeah.
And he's done that. Even the things, you see, and you don't want this boy to go there and be somehow for people to say, I've done this.
Only me and
Look, Trent, for me, because he doesn't
World Cup no Ghana
because he doesn't tick any footballing box, don't take him.
Charlie for
In major tournament like this,
assessment in World Cup and
you see,
Yeah, coach.
in major tournament like this, you need form first and then experience. Okay. If you are not experienced, but your form is good going to the tournament, you would thrive through the tournament. But if your form is bad, experience alone will never bail you out.
It won't save you.
It won't save you. It will always expose you. As we speak today, the 390 minutes he has played in recent times doesn't change his form. You've watched the games.
Well, he has played. I mean, I've watched the games.
I've watched the games.
He has been balling.
He's not been balling.
He's been balling.
Foco.
Hey,
Not the ball. Foco.
And
The man, if you give him the ball, he cannot run from here to where this couch
it's
is.
control and pass. Pegging. Control and
World
pass.
Cup
Doesn't need
pace.
to run with
Pegging.
the ball.
No, but what
And
I'm
he's
talking
winning
about,
fouls.
The intensity of the World Cup, you don't run. What are you doing there? You won't run.
This World Cup after
Run.
This World Cup after Danny K, we won't run.
No, but
This, but we have an episode for that.
he cannot survive. Look, the World Cup intensity has gotten higher and higher tournament after tournament. Go check.
But coach, this one we are going to play in a World Cup that is
coach.
looking at.
You made your point strongly.
Uncle Gina Home.
Okay.
Yes,
No problem.
He's mine. Look, he's
Because if he comes, he might open himself up for further.
and let him. He should not block. Don't give any of the 26 slot to him because it will end up blocking the chance of somebody who could have been of better service to this country in the next 10 years.
So if they go at the 26 and some people don't play, what service?
That one, it is the coaching problem.
But not all the 20 players must play best by
They all won't play. You know this.
No, but listen. When Brazil took Ronaldo to the World Cup in 1990, he didn't play.
Yes.
But he was the future of their team.
Yeah.
He went there, he learned. In 8 years' time, after that, he was a world champion.
But we also have a problem with that. When they took Fatau up in arms, we said the boy no reach.
But when you took Andre in 208, you say he no for goal.
Then
But he
you
was
go,
our
but
future.
if Brazil does it, it's nice.
Oh, listen.
If we do that, then you say it's not nice.
you are missing.
But it's giving you examples of young
I'm giving you
players.
example.
I know you was young.
No, I didn't say we shouldn't have. I said
You said he didn't deserve.
yes.
I'm quoting you.
No, but he not deserving doesn't mean we can't take him to learn.
So you agreed with that decision. right?
I agree with the decision, but should he have been
then
there?
let's move.
No.
Yeah, then
but
let's
that's the
move.
point I'm making.
Okay.
With the Ronaldo, Brazil knew that he was not going to dislodge Romero, and then what's the small guy, that striker? Is he?
And that's Romario.
No, Roberto.
Romario.
No, there's Romero and then one Bebeto.
Bebeto.
He was not going to dislodge any of them, and those were their numbers. And then Rai at the time, they were not going to do it, but they took him 8 years later.
In fact, 4 years later, I took them to the final.
The following 4
They
years.
poisoned them. They poisoned him.
They didn't
And then-
poison him.
What happened? What happened?
So me there.
They poisoned him.
So me there.
The guy was vomiting on the pitch. He would
That's
have
when
won
the
it.
same things and the Gallus players
Fent.
went to say that they were
Fent.
sick.
But they were sick. The other, no, I saw the other. He was my
They said they were
hotel.
poisoned.
Did they?
No, I saw the other. I saw them. He was
The
sick.
other said he wasn't poisoned.
The day
I'm
is
not
loved.
saying he was poisoned, but he was sick. I saw he was
They
very
said
sick.
they were poisoned first.
I hear that
The
allegation.
day is loved by the people of this country.
Is what?
It's
Love.
Charlie, what's it with your tongue?
It's loved.
Love.
Charlie.
Love.
Charlie, what's the Liverpool German midfielder?
Hey.
Florian what?
The day is loved.
That.
Florian what?
Love like a child.
The day is
It's love like a child.
like a child by the people of Ghana. Please, Mr. Remo, don't take my loved child and expose him to
The World Cup.
what he has done. It's
Wap
enough.
him.
Your penisa, wap him. You put your name.
Coach, thank you. DK, you got the last bite.
Look, there are two ways to look at this.
Right?
2 ways, baby. Wap him.
Oh, Coach, allow.
We keep talking. No, but 2 ways, baby. Wap him.
Allow.
Now you what you do? You can't tell me say
Don't be funny. What you talking? Don't be funny.
Look, friend, there are two ways to look at this.
All right.
And let me start by saying I understand all the points that everybody is making. It makes sense.
Right.
Okay. Coach played down the significance. He doesn't see the significance of the record, but others do.
Yes.
And especially for a country like Ghana, who our chances of winning the World Cup are very slim. It's some of these small records that go into the history books that
We can be beating our chest with.
yeah. So the Rafael Marquez record he set at 38, we all knew he was hardly playing, but Mexico put him on the bus. And some last minute they threw him on for him to make the appearance, just so that Mexico's name with Rafael Marquez in the history books is there forever. Anytime you reference, you would see it. The 1990 World Cup, Roger Miller was 38. Had no business going
He
to
hadn't
the
played for
World
over a
Cup.
year or
He hadn't
something.
played.
For 2
In fact,
years, I
his
think.
name wasn't in the list. And the president, Paul Biya, instructed that he goes to the World Cup. And he went, he scored, and that record still stands today with Baby Jets.
And one of the best celebrations in the World Cup history.
Iconic.
Yeah.
There's no World Cup highlight reel without
it.
that.
So,
Without
and
the 36-year-old Roger.
38 years.
38-year-old Roger.
He was 38. And you see,
And he was slow.
most people disagree.
He had become slower and slower and slower.
It is not true. Because he could perform on the pitch. He was performing on the pitch. Roger Miller, he was giving 30 minutes. Anytime he made an impact.
That's the point. And
You
then-
know,
He hasn't been giving
Coach,
anything
if
yet.
you don't-
Penalty.
Coach,
If you don't give him, how
Coach,
would
if
you
you don't
know?
give, you know.
we have given him in the last 3 tournaments.
Oh, relax. Those ones he passed.
Cote d'Ivoire. Well, okay. Uncle Ye.
God.
So, and to go back to the 1990 example, the Cameroonians, most of them did not agree with that decision. True. Because it didn't make footballing sense.
Not to cut you, when I spoke to Patrick Mboma, I was with him in the AFCON, what a great guy. We're having that conversation about Roger Miller. Because again, some of the conversation about a player like Roman Sainz, you know, some of the Moroccans didn't even think he should have been in the team.
Yeah.
When he started that first game, he got injured, like people were angry.
And he should not have been there.
Okay, we can have that conversation. But that was the whole, so we're having that conversation the hotel over breakfast. So it was like, it took him back to his big brother, Roger. And that many people didn't want him to be there at the place. But some of the players thought he had to be there, he wasn't going to play. And they were happy to honor him in that way. Yeah, so
you can, and you see, it's a World Cup. I don't like this thing where we skew our minds to only one direction, because World Cup squads are not just built based on form, and there are so many reasons why players make a squad. Plenty, and there are several examples.
Nagelsmann just said it. It's not who is playing the most that will make the squad. And this is Germany. They've won the World Cup multiple times.
yeah,
So they know.
So
Nobody has said who is playing Severton should be in the
It's
World.
someone who can do it.
So it also means
No,
that, yes, you can do a job.
so there are
Fabio
different.
Pizarro has been said that for cocaine or say expired Coca-Cola been on me. We Them ban them. Even the French captain, that time was Switzerland captain, France captain, and some captain in his group. They wrote a petition to CAS that they should allow him to play because they had banned him for 30 man for the 2018 World Cup. That no, if for play. The captains of the teams in his group, that time was 36 years. People in the country say he's disgraced the country, so no, he's captain. Take him to the he went it to the World Cup.
Go wet.
He went it.
You see, so as for the examples, there are plenty. So when somebody explains it from the sentimental angle,
You have to understand.
I understand it. But here's where I disagree. The coach doesn't want him in the environment.
Simple.
Fundamental.
You can't force a
Let me help
player.
you. Not only the coach. Obia.
The FA, the institution.
Yes.
The institution.
In fact, the FA, I don't care. The coach, the one who will blame if it goes wrong, says that he doesn't want him in that environment. Now, I'll go back to 2010. Before Appiah joined Bologna in the 2009-2010 season, he hadn't played football for a year and a half.
True.
After leaving Fenerbahce, he didn't have a club for a full season.
Yeah.
Yet, he was playing for Ghana during the World Cup and AFCON qualifiers. So we were calling an unattached player through that period. And the only football he was playing was Black Stars.
So the international collaboration with the AG.
Then he got injured after 2 substitute appearances for Bologna and missed the entire season.
Yeah.
In fact,
I remember that. Yeah. That's why I asked coach that question.
the timeline for his return was clashing with the World Cup. He would come back just before the World Cup. So it meant that he would not have even enough games to play. The first football he kicked in a competitive game since that injury came in the USA game.
Yeah.
We still took him. Now, this is somebody who in the last 2 years had played 2 games
For club
football.
in 2 years.
In 2 years. 2 games.
Andre has started 90 minutes straight in a row.
We had kept him as captain and we still took him. If that time we looked at things, footballing wise, Appiah had no business going
And
to
none
there.
whatsoever.
There were informed Ghanaian midfielders in Ghana and in Europe who were playing far better than Appiah.
That is also
and
true.
who should have gone. So Appiah blocked somebody's spot. But that was Ghana's most successful World Cup.
Bro, even 206, Jan probably shouldn't have been starting.
And there were bigger strikers there.
Yeah.
Who should have
And the point is,
Razak Pimple.
Pimpon was playing better.
Pimpus, this
Pimpus was
Amwes form was better.
Amwa Pimpus.
No, but John
was playing in Serie B.
Yeah, but he
very-
said
ahead of the World Cup, I'm saying.
individual.
He said ahead of the World Cup.
Right.
Raza Pimpo no nya there. Oba blaster ball papa no ball. Raza Pimpo.
But
Ah, you didn't want Raza
ahead of the
Pimpo.
To be
World
fair,
Cup.
people
Onya there.
didn't play the qualifiers.
Onya there.
But he's talking about the
Ahead of the
form
World Cup.
ahead of the World Cup.
No, that Pimpo there's no
I don't
nya
get
there.
the jam for start too. But you have a competition
No,
in this
that's what I'm
country.
saying. But he's talking
Razak
about
Pimpo.
the Pimpo. And I'm
Not
saying the
informed, Papa,
Pimpo
man.
one, it makes sense.
Pimpo.
Pimpo didn't even play the
They get from
qualifiers.
this.
Ah, beg you, yeah.
Okay.
Danny Flow.
So I'm saying that the coach, the leader of the team, has said it clear.
That's the sticking point of the whole
He
matter.
does not want the guy.
Yeah.
Now you see, I went back to the Appiah situation because for those who are talking for Ayew, who use Appiah's situation as an example, there's a difference here. The aura of Appiah was very different from the aura of
Ronaldo.
Andre.
That is so true.
Wow.
How is
There was no
Let me
division.
let me
That's what it
explain.
means.
How is it?
No one was
Appiah,
divided.
despite the fact that he wasn't playing, there was not much opposition to his selection to the World Cup. In fact, Ghanaians were hoping and praying he would be fit enough to go to the World
Yes,
Cup because
that's true.
he asked for the World Cup there. If he was limping in pool, he would go.
Yes. Yes.
The people of Ghana wanted him around, and the players also wanted him to go.
That is
The coach, Milovan, they
The
all
coach
wanted it.
also wanted him to go.
Now go there.
So it's two completely different things.
Yeah.
Look,
So the environment wanted him.
and the personalities were different. You see, there are just some people who are unifiers because of the way they are. And there are some people too who can be disruptive. It's not every time they are disruptive, but they can be.
And they've been.
And especially when or they are exactly. Now, Andre is a sort of person who believes he is still that guy.
He already the fatal year.
You get me? Andre is not. No,
No. Andre. No, Ghana,
No, he already a patch.
Ghana. When a type of captain no be Steven, no be Andre. I dey tell you, hey Andre, clap it. You get captain in the club before.
Now you know the club.
You know why he identifies so much with Andre? It's the church we go to.
Oh no.
But both same sir.
When I went to Form 1,
There was this acrobat thing I watched the time Andre goes for the penalty against Uruguay. We acrobat to say, if you do the man, what's if I internal bleeding? It's if you the way now Andre the club with the big fitting chest, you know, just a clothes be out for someone.
I follow you.
Charlie, you won't be messed up. No.
So I'm saying, look, there are personalities you can't ignore. Appear when he walks in, you can't ignore. You feel the presence.
Yeah.
Andre too, when he walks in, you will feel the presence. That's just how it is. And unfortunately for our context, Andre has that Ronaldo personality. In that,
that's why they like the guy like that.
That Ronaldo Salah personality, where because of what they've done, they still believe that they are the guys,
Right.
and they can still offer a lot to the
And when
team.
they don't get it,
And when they don't get it,
that's when
it can become a problem.
That's why they like the guy like that. As you bring the Ronaldo to me, now I no wreck.
Yeah, no, me, sir, I reckon that's why they like.
Me, no, I no wreck.
Oh, you know,
I just like say I dey like.
no, but they like them kind of.
But as you link, I was.
Be like,
this boy is a fool.
so you see, no, he's Ronaldo like. In that sense.
In the skill of personality.
Look, on the pitch,
You can't tell them they're not doing well. In their minds, they are still good enough to do whatever.
He's a sort of player who carry the team on.
There's no do. On the pitch, if things are not going well, which means focus, ready to deliver.
Why if you clap, you are not focused?
He has a sign language.
One born no more. If I talk, I don't know why they do
If
so.
I talk, then you will catch me talk something. If I laugh, then you ask me why they laugh. So I'm saying that, look, sad personalities cannot be ignored. But, and you see, from the manager's point of view, this is where we need to support Otto in this decision.
Yep.
Because Otto is not a Pep or a Ferguson, or he doesn't have a wealth of experience. This is going to be Otto's second tournament in Charlie. Otto has never coached that as an AFCON. Then his first tournament was Qatar. Then he left. Then he came back, didn't qualify for the AFCON. This is only his second tournament experience. So Otto's only recollection of sitting on the bench at a tournament was in Qatar and Koyi.
3 matches.
If that same person tells you that he can't manage this character,
He's worked with him before.
yes, don't force the character on him. Don't. Especially when he has put measures in place for us to move on from that
That
character.
are working for him.
He has named an entire new leadership for the Black Stars. We've moved on. Andre as captain, Andre's 2 deputies are no longer in the team. Amate is not there. Richard Ofori is not there. We've moved on from that era.
That crop.
We've cleared it. And Otto is trying to move on. The same Otto who struggled in 2024, the worst Black Stars year in history, where we failed to qualify for an AFCON. He came back to give us statistically one of the most impressive years that the Black Stars have had in terms of competitive appearances. We were unbeaten in competitive appearances. 6 games, we conceded only 1 goal, 5 clean sheets, solidly. Against Charles, but against Niger too, you couldn't win. The point is, he's showing signs of movement. So if he tells you that he can't manage this guy, and in the short period without this guy, yes, there's been a slump, but just when he named the new leadership, the trajectory, we are showing a clear growing trajectory.
Upward trajectory, yeah.
Don't come and impose this guy on him. And you see, it is very toxic to have his bosses go out in public and make statements like that, almost forcing his hand.
Hang on a minute. What did the minister really say?
He said Andre has started to play again. he will not be surprised if he goes to the World Cup.
I think he's within his rights. If depending upon the question he was asked, he was like, if should Andre go to the World Cup?
The problem with the minister,
could have said
that was an internal conversation.
I agree.
And that was
on the radio show, we don't know. I agree. You could have said, "No, the coach will decide." But if he's also being a football, and sometimes we like to, let's see a little loosen up a little bit.
No. Look, Sichu.
The
same way we criticize Otto for playing down the captaincy issue of the Black Stars. You as a sports minister cannot tell me that the issue of Andrea, you don't know how serious it is in this country.
He says
we can't loosen up when it comes to
but he
something
didn't
like
say
that.
he should go to the World Cup, did he?
No, but for a sports minister to come out and say you will not be surprised if a player that the head coach has said he doesn't want, who has not played for 2 years, will go for the most important competition that we've had in that 2-year period. You are trying to tell me that you are not surprised.
No.
It carries a lot of weight coming from you.
Otto might have shut the door on.
Let some MP somewhere see it.
No.
Let some MP
Otto
somewhere
might have
see
shut the door on Andre behind closed doors. Publicly, Otto has never shut the door on Andre. In fact, in his press conferences, when he has been asked if Andre is done,
He said
he's
for now,
always
no,
said,
but the doors are open.
absolutely. So I'm saying, look, listen, that's what I'm saying this. That's what Otto has never publicly, even Otto can say that we are being unfair to him for saying that he has shut the door in his mood of it, because he has publicly always said the door is open. Otto has never said he won't call Andre no matter what.
Yes,
but you and I know behind closed. Good.
That
but
behind the closed doors.
So if the minister says,
we are also putting out a behind the closed door position of Otto. And he could be upset about
it. So I'm saying that
you and I wouldn't have had this discussion and gravitas it to the way it is if the minister had not commented.
No.
And we didn't think of the weights behind
I'm saying the minister's comments, for me, the minister's comments, I didn't see weight too. The minister says he, as the minister, he won't be surprised if Andre goes to the World Cup. The minister,
because he's playing now.
Because he's playing now. It doesn't put pressure on Otto. I agree with that. I guess Daniel's point.
You made your point. Let Daniel go on. Daniel says
because
that for a minister,
for the average listener who doesn't know background,
and we've given that background, so we cannot pretend it was just made in isolation.
No, for me, it didn't carry weight.
That is the point.
Look, the minister is he's the boss of all sports in the country.
Yes.
He's the one who is paying to Adu.
He says he won't be surprised.
And it's not as if this is the first time he said.
Yes. So the point is, he has power. The minister has power. We know behind the scenes conversations have gone where they are trying to coerce him into softening his stance. So if he has told you no behind the scenes and you turn around in public and you come and tell us that you will not be surprised, are you telling me that Otto will see this as you not read meaning into it?
I have a question for you, TK. Do you think it would have been okay for him to have echoed the position of the coach from private instead?
No, this is what you should have said.
He's a minister.
Yes.
He has no business over selection.
Yes.
They've asked him a question. He should refer to the coach.
But if the same minister.
Do you think if he had said, do you think if he had said, well, the coach has said that Andre is not.
No, he can't say that. Friend, you wouldn't have said that.
What has the coach said publicly on record?
He said that Andre is the door is open.
So
for now.
No.
So the coach has said that for now he's not. That
was 2 years ago.
What was the last time he made
in the last call up? He didn't call him.
The most recent call up is the one we judge with.
Yes,
because if I say that somebody is not in my plans,
about the most recent time he's spoken about Andre.
Yeah, the time Benzema wasn't playing for France, they didn't keep asking Deschamps about the reason why he's not.
They were suspended indefinitely. It was clear.
Yes.
Listen,
I'm saying that they didn't keep asking. They didn't keep asking Deschamps about the reason for his absence. The reason for his absence was established. Otto has established the reason for his absence. You can ask him if
I need him, I'll call him.
When I need him, I'm calling. That's what he said. That's the reason for his absence. Simple. He's not in my plans for now. If I need him, I will call him. Once he has said it 2 years ago, it still stands now.
Yes.
Once he's not in the team.
Yes.
I'm saying that just like the Black Stars captaincy, if somebody outside Ghana will look at this thing, why is it an issue? But we know how much of an issue it is here per our culture. We know that
the minister must be more aware
and help the coach because this matter is very
delicate.
Mm-hmm. There are a lot of people. It's a strong divide. A lot of people who they've just gone quiet because the day has not been selected. But once that conversation is sparked, from the minister, the pressure will start mounting on the coach.
So
again.
there cannot be suggestive comments.
Thank you. That's exactly what I'm saying. So help the coach.
That they will go to the
You
World
to
Cup.
Jaisa the end.
Are you saying the minister to
you know why?
Why are we having this?
You know why?
You fought anybody?
I'm saying no.
You know why I cannot accept Chiche's position?
Let me ask him a question.
Okay, wait.
I need to ask him a question. Why are we having this discussion? Why are we've spoke 3 hours? Why are we talking about this?
Because it's Andre.
But people started talking about Andre. Sandy
Dara
spoke about Andre. We didn't come here. Why are we talking about Andre with respect to the ministers?
No, because the minister.
Shall I mute his mic and let him stop disturbing?
You know why we cannot accept this on
He's
Facebook?
just coming to disturb my life.
Oh, but yes, for the minister own.
It's not just because he's the sports minister.
No, let me.
And it's not just because he's influencer.
Let him finish.
Also because the guy is a PR professional. Our first introduction to Kofi Adams was his job as a communicator to the late former president.
That's what I'm saying. He knows exactly what he's doing. Especially
Yeah,
as we all know that
communicator.
background
If you say
conversations are
you don't-
happening.
you don't have
So
a-
don't come
you
and
don't-
act as if you don't know the entrenched position of the coach. That's what I'm saying.
Teacher, you are being disruptive right now.
The guy is trained to know the full context. Is it Andre?
Andre Ayew. Why you? Uncle.
Let Daniel finish his point.
Why you?
But I agree with Daniel that if anybody asks you a question and you say, I wouldn't be surprised if it happened, that's suggestive. You can't say it's not
You can't say
suggestive.
that. Look,
It's suggestive to the positive side.
Let me land. It's okay. You can think what you want. I don't care.
Go on.
Look, let me land.
Don't
That is
interrupt him again.
this. I'm saying that those who are going on that and are more talking about the let's honor him, let's. And I said I understand that thing, but are we going to risk going against the coach, going against a chunk of the present team to honor somebody? Are we more
ready to risk
harmony just to honor somebody? I don't think that's a good transaction to have. Me, I love Dede. Everybody watching this team, I believe him. But I believe the Black Stars and I love the Black Stars more than Dede. Dede, no, you see, the thing you guys were saying, no, if Dede retires today, they'll add him to the good conversation. Because I remember 2019, the same thing we are saying about Dede, we were saying about Baby Jet. But today, Baby Jet is good conversation.
Good.
So retire. When you retire, people know that you are not trying to yourself into the thank you very much. We will appreciate you. We look back and we can appreciate you. But the thing is, so in London, no, I'm saying that if Dede Ayew right now, you can't give me a compelling football argument as to why he should enter the squad. Then I don't see why he should go because the honoring and the it doesn't sit for me.
Why you?
When I look at our forwards, okay, and I'm a very consistent person. Me, I don't care what you do at your club. If you do well at your club, it will get you the call up. It is your performances in the national team that will keep you in the team. So you catch my attention because you scored 3 for Athletic Bilbao. But when you come in here, what will make you stay in the team is your performances here. Yeah. I agree that not many players in the Black Stars currently in the past 3-4 years have given top level Black Stars performances. Mm-hmm. But when I look at the last 2 years or the last 1.5 years, from the introduction of the new look of the defense, Benjamin Asare as the goalkeeper, with Jiku and Salisu and that spine, what that team is beginning to look like, no? I think that performance-wise, the fact that even in the comments you could see, there are certain names that are given. Now, if you ask Ghanaians to name their starting 11, at least we all mention, let me say 5 or 6 players who run across all our teams. So we are beginning to build a core. We are beginning to see how it will look like. You've ticked that box in terms of young players who are coming in, and the likes of Yirenchi, Fatai Sahaku are becoming a mainstay in this team. The experienced spine. This is going to be Jordan's 3rd World Cup. This is Partey's 3rd World Cup.
Their last
midfield. Defense, this is Juku's second World Cup. Jiku's second World Cup.
Their last.
Gideon Mensah's second World Cup.
Last.
Alidu Kudus second. So this group, a large chunk of this group have been to the last World Cup and they are coming back again. So in terms of experience and recent experience, they have it.
You'll be brave.
They don't need to reference experience from 2014 or 2010.
Why?
Because even in the current dispensation of football, what the modern day game looks like 4 years ago wasn't too far. So they remember first-hand information, they were there, and now they are going into the next competition. So experience-wise, we have it. Now, if you are talking about players who have even been in the national team setting, and you want that one player to represent, Jordan Ayew, who is now the captain, has been there. He was there in 2014. In fact, the 2013 AFCON, 2012 AFCON, 2014 World Cup, 2015, all the competitions since then, he has been there. And right now, he doesn't only hold the captaincy, but he's the most potent attacking player in the national team.
That is true.
Per the recent numbers. So when you look at...
He's also just 3 appearances behind his brother. So that's the same experience.
If he plays the group stage games...
He's equal the record.
No, I don't think anybody can make a reasonable argument about experience for Andrea.
Yeah.
With regards to this team.
So when I look at it,
by the time we entered the World Cup, Jordan will have more experience than Andre
in terms of the national team. Yeah, would have broken that record.
3 appearances there. If you play the 2 games
Germany,
against Austria, Germany,
the last
then Wales, it matched the record.
But you need to have had more World Cup experience than.
See, this guy say I don't mind. I say mute is mine.
But it's a fact.
I'm black. I can't hear you.
But it's a fact. I'm not the coach.
I said.
So
is it a VA battle?
To conclude,
I said don't be disruptive.
Look, to conclude,
Yeah, go on.
this World Cup is very important. The last time we didn't qualify for an AFCON, we put the seriousness that we attached to that 2006 World Cup
Unprecedented.
preparation.
It
wasn't small.
Booted out of the first round.
Yeah. No, I'm saying the last time we didn't qualify for it. So the next
AFCON
World Cup after that, we qualified. So the 2004 AFCON. So there was no World Cup in 2004. The next World Cup in 2006. So after missing the AFCON, yes, we went to 2006 AFCON. But the point is the last time we missed it, the next cycle of international competitions, there was some seriousness attached. And that sparked the revival of the Black Stars. So we've seen it before. We've seen us go through a certain poor slump. And then a World Cup qualification sparks something. And that World Cup kickstarts something. And if you look at the team from CAN 2000 and compare the average ages to 2006, it was a relatively young team that it was a springboard to what took us up until 2015. I'm saying that the group is young. They are onto something. The AFCON qualification, the last one, we know what went on behind the scenes and the disruption that went on behind the scenes. They have made peace. There is finally some unity and harmony in the Black Stars squad. Let's not disrupt it if the coach tells us that he can't manage it.
Why?
Fair point.
Simple.
Yeah.
It's not just about football.
Okay.
It's not just about football.
Goes beyond that.
It is about everyday training. The happiness of everybody else. Otuado has told us that he can't handle it. So if you can't give him a footballing reason why Andre must go to that AFCON, I don't think the honor or that record is worth disrupting everything. So then, I beg you, make Andre sit this one out. 3 World Cups, he's joined record. It is still a record. They will not mention Roger Miller's name without mentioning his name. That in itself is a big deal for
the fourth round.
So it is enough. He has done AFCON record. He has done World Cup record. His name is already in the record
Sule
books.
also has 3 World Cups.
Sule also has. Their goals no Washebi. He has top guy. But we can't disrupt
the chemistry
of this team.
That's a chairman.
So
Why are they?
I beg you, let